What's going on, fellas? How the hell are you? This is Islander. Welcome back to the island. Alright, guys, today is going to probably be one of the most controversial videos I have ever made, alright? There's going to be so much feedback on this. I already know. I can already hear you guys, alright? But I am going to give you a list of the top 15 players in War Robots. It's probably going to exceed 15 because we got a tie and then we got a special little secret that we're going to bring in, all right? So I'm going to be bringing you the top 15 players of War Robots. I've done some homework on this, all right? I've gone back and watched a lot of video on this, gone back to see different players, see how things worked out. Some of them are players that I actually competed against. Some of them I played alongside of. And these were just some of the best monsters in the game, okay? Some of it came from feedback because I never played on iOS. So I spoke to a lot of you guys out there, and these were the names that I was given. But before we do any of that, all right, I'm going to drag you into a game of free-for-all because I just got off work, and it's my time. So let's get in there. Let's get some boosters going. And let's come on up and let's find ourselves a little battle. Okay, got our free-for-all ready. Here we go. Got our volume set. We are in search. We passed the average wait time. And we found ourselves a match. All right, here we go. And it's going to be a long map. See if we can drop first. We're not dropping first. We are going to get second. So immediately we're going to come and try to use this for our cover from behind our back. Because there comes a fire from our back. Put up the shield. No! You little thief. Okay, let's go ahead and see if we can line him up. There's the lag. And we got two Ao-Juns on me. So we get a lock. Yeah, we got the lock. Alright, we got the kill. He was trying to make that steal. Good for him. Use our cover as best we can. And he got us. Alright. Let's drop the next one. Let's see what we got hiding over here in the background. What's up, Buttercup? Oh, that hurt, didn't it? Can we get a lock? No, we're not. He's going to take off on us. So we're going to hold on to our spot here. Just for a little bit. See where everybody's at. And everybody's on the opposite side of the map. We got one competitor here. He's in a big old fat juicy spider. Got a lock. And we will unload somewhat if we can. No, we can't. Military blunder. Got to pull back now. Okay, we're going to come up on the other side. Come on, lock him, lock him, lock him, lock him. There he is. He's locked again. See if we can get him to jump. We'll wait right here. He's moving him, so he should be ready to jump unless we can lock him. He's locked. He's ours. Nah. With the phase shift. That's all right. I got something for you, too. You can't suppress me. There we go. Spider's down. And here we go. Where's he at? Where's he at? He's way back there. Okay. See if we can sneak up on this fight here. Okay, he's going to go back into cover. Oh, oops. My bad. Okay, we've already committed. All right, good job. He bailed out. He don't want no more of this. All right, got ourselves a nice little Aries here. We'll trade. Nobody's going to use their shield first. And he's going to bring the Ares back one more time. So let's try to hug the wall. Oh, we're not going to beat him with the wall. Oh, I don't have one. I just used it. Oops. Military blunder. Okay, he activated my last stand. He has me pinned. So we're not going to go anywhere till he decides to come out. Oh, I heard a shot. Oh! Here we go. Bingo. He came out. He was going to try to sneak the kill. So we're not going to trade with this guy. So now. That is a leech. Okay, and the one I want for the leech is my pursuer. Hopefully we got a one-on-one. No, we don't. So let's come over here. Let's address enemy number 2. All right, second place guy, which is enemy number 5. Let's see if we can get him out of the way, because I do want to do a pursuer on leech. He's locked. There you go. Okay, so we gotta wait for our ability to come back up. So we got 18 seconds of running around doing nothing. Oh, these guys just won't go away. All right, well, he's gonna be part of the party. Got him locked. Where's my leech? Man, that was just wrong of you. Okay, last second we turned away, avoided some of those rockets, and we're able to save some of our health. Hopefully this guy brings the leech back. Are you serious right now? Are you going to stay in this party? Let's go. Nice kill. Nice steal. Okay, I don't have a shield, but neither does he. There's mine. It's just activated on the 50%. Got him down. Hope he brings the leech back out. Really want to do the leech versus pursuer. Nope, he's not. Come on, man. Killing me, Smalls. Oh, wait a minute. That's not enemy number 2. That's not enemy number 5. That's enemy number 3. Okay, so he does have the health advantage and a nice little shield advantage. Does he have quantum radar? Okay, other guy's not out. We're good. Trying to whittle away at him as much as we possibly can. And it looks like he's going to hang out there for a little bit. So we're going to wait it out with him just a little bit, see if he can get impatient enough to try and move up. He needs the number 2 slot. I do not need anything from him. But I also don't want to sit here for 3 minutes. There it goes. So we're going to take him here, then we're going to go under the bridge to get our cover. And that didn't work out as planned. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I needed one more second. All right, let's get the pursuer back in. Activate the ability. We don't got time to waste. And he's going to force me to go after him, isn't he? All right, here he comes. All right, there we go. Took very little damage on that, so I'm going to go ahead and assume those weapons are low level. And it looks like he took over the number 2 slot. Good for him. Nice. Okay, so we got a blitz here. There we go. Ability coming up now. Got him locked. He's suppressing me. That's good. We're still good. We're going to stay with him. And the second ability. I love that little pilot skill on that one. And it looks like we'll finish this game with 12 kills. And we'll go check out the damage. Then we're going to get to the meat of this video and the upcoming controversy. Boy, I'm looking forward to your comments on this one, guys. I really, really am. I want to see what y'all think of my list. We'll go from there. All right, picked up a 2.3 on the damage. A milli worth of silver. And those of y'all that see yourselves here, there's a buddy of mine from SYK. How you doing, bud? And let's get out of here. All right, good job, everybody. Now, for the fun stuff. As you can see right now, I'm not upgrading anything. I'm trying to conserve my silver. I don't know, guys, whether we are going to get the rush weekend or the rush upgrades that we have gotten before. We are coming up on the end of the operations. It should be here within about a day or so, and we'll know where we're going to go from there. All right, let's go ahead and claim our stuff there. And operation, it has 1 day, 9 hours to go, and we'll find out what we're going to get. All right. Over on Supercell, they have already started theirs. They got their battle pass going. I like what they got. They are at about an average of $5 for the month, or it is $5 for the month. We are averaging here about $7.50 a month. I would like to see ours come down just a little bit if we could. So let's get out of here. We've talked about all that, and let's get over to the fun stuff. And these are going to be my top 15 guys. Players that have played the game from the time I have started playing, which was very early on until now. Some of them are good, like I said, they're going to be from iOS, and these are people that I have not competed against, but I got a lot of feedback from iOS players, okay? A lot of different names came up, all right, on iOS and Android. There is honorable mentions for days. There are players that could very well be in this list, all right, but this is my list, and if you disagree with my list, I have no problem with that. You're going to yell at me about my list. Well, you know what? You go make your own list and you put it up, and then I'll go judge you on yours. All right? So starting off at number 15 is a guy by the name of Ao-Jun, okay? Early on in the early days, Ao-Jun was a name that was very well known, okay? He was a solid player. No matter where you went, everybody knew who this guy was. A very good player. I played against him many times. So he's going to come in at the number 15 slot. At number 14, he's coming from iOS. This is Lord NIXON. I don't know what clan he belonged to. I don't know where he was, but his name did come up very often. Very solid player. Got a lot of feedback on him. Very good tactician. Also a very good brawler. Just all around solid player. Number 13, a guy by the name of Windows 8.1. I believe it was 8.1. I hope I'm not mistaken there, but he was an ARC, okay? And when I was playing the game very early on, this was a guy that was pretty dominant in the game. He was one of the first ones to come up with the Fury Trident selection, and this was back when we were taking on the Rhinos, and the Rhinos were the dominant bot of the game. You saw this guy come out with the Fury Tridents, which nobody else was really using at the time. He started the whole meta of that particular bot going on, and he was just pounding the Rhinos as they came across the field. Really good player, all right, but he had a lot of strategy in his head as far as where the game was going and what he was going to do. So for that reason, he is coming in at number 13. Emily CDXX, all right. Her name came up a lot. She is a very solid player. Actually, her name came up once from Adrian. Adrian brought her name in as well, okay, because I did talk to Adrian as well. and he brought her in as a very good tactician. Her name to come up a few more times, enough to where she would fall into the top 15. I don't have very much other than that. Okay, I was just grading on based what people were telling me, and as far as my understanding, she was a very good tactician of the game. Is she still playing? I really don't even know. Okay, but she is making the list, and she is coming in at number 12. So Emily, if you're out there, congratulations, girl. Number 11 from SYK, former clan member of mine back when I was with Exile. Okay, he went on to run SYK, Scrapyard Kings. He is a beast of a player. Okay, when it comes to the game, he has been around for a very long time. Somebody that I really enjoy going up against when we do play against each other, which is not very often. You'd figure we'd probably cross each other's paths a little bit more. But every time that I did go up him, he brought the fight. Never backs down. Solid player. Very smart when it comes to the game. He knows how to use his bots. All right. When to push forward, when to pull back. Just an all-around good strategist. All right. Coming in number 10. Probably the funniest guy to play this game. All right. Just somebody who loved playing the game. It's hard to mention this guy's name, Viet. All right. Without mentioning the name of Big JJ at the same time. You probably saw him many times on JJ stream. All around amazing player, all right? Had a clear understanding of the game and how to play it. He would do a lot of coaching on the field, when to move forward, when to move back, go after this beacon, don't go after that beacon. He just had a complete understanding of the game, not to mention that he was a all-around general player, and a generally good player, or solid player, and an all-around good guy. For that reason, Viet falls into the top 10. Congratulations, Viet. And like I said, probably one of the funniest guys that I have had the pleasure of squatting with in this game. Number 9, Fred from Vox. He is right up there with some of the top players of the game. His name did come up quite a bit. All right. I never saw him, but I did see him come out in a few videos. And, of course, I looked at a lot of Adrian's videos, and I seen him on Adrian's videos, but these are further back. But his name did come up quite a few times as well. For that reason, he's going to fall into the number 9 slot, just below Viet. All right, he could probably swap places with Viet there. That's a hard coin flip, but he is all around solid player, well coached, or well as far as strategizing and coaching the game as it goes along with his players. This was the feedback I got from him. Number 8, Fonseca. I believe he's with BR now with Brom. It's my understanding that he is from the Brazil area or the South America area somewhere. Okay. But I have gone up against him many times over the years. Really all around beast of a player, okay? He brings the fight each and every time. He's always up there on the leaderboards. I've gone against him as well in free-for-all. Okay, we have traded punches there. So I got to give him his due. And he does fall into the top 10, all right? He is sitting at number 8. Props to you, Fonseca. You've been around the game for a very long time. And you've earned your spot in this particular game. All right? Now let's go ahead and move on. I can already hear you guys yelling at me. Number 7, coming from the clan SOS. And this is a player, his name is Megatron. And a lot of you out there know exactly who he is. Very well-rounded player, all right? Does not back down very often. He's constantly on the charge. He's a very good player. I've had the privilege of going against him as well in free-for-all, okay? And he did lay the smack down on me more than once. He's an all-around awesome player, okay? I do not know him personally. I have been in several chats where he's there as well, but we don't talk very often. But just judging on his gameplay and his style of play, I like him for being in this top 10. So Megatron, you got the number 7 spot. Number 6, we have a tie. And this is one where you cannot say one name without saying the other. All right, these two guys went at it for as far back as I can remember. Coming from SOS is MACABRO, and from HC, Punish Them. These guys were constant competitors. I mean, when one clan, sometimes they would win, sometimes we'd win. We'd constantly go up against them. MACABRO and Punish Them are both elite players in this game, and everybody we're going to be talking about from here on out is an elite player in this game. MACABRO, I believe, has ventured on to another game. I haven't seen him on in quite a while. I have seen his live streams where he's playing some other military style game. But he was an icon in this game for a very long time, as well as Punish Them, who went from several clans. All right, I played against him many times. He was always a competitor of mine all the way up until where he joined HC and became a teammate. So for that reason, guys, number 6, MACABRO, Punish Them. They go hand in hand. Number 5, Mr. 7 from Korea. All right, and Core is a staple clan in this game. This guy was always on, the leaderboards of their side. If you went up against him, you knew exactly who he was. You knew exactly who you were going to target from that team. You always want to try to take out their strong competitors on the other side. So this guy always had a bullseye on his back and constantly would fight through the double teams and triple teams. And because of that, he falls into the top 5. Mr. 7 from Korea. Congratulations, big guy. You made number 5. Number 4, Hulk. All right. And he is from Russia. I can't remember the exact name of the clan, but it was pretty well known. He is one of the most awesome players I have seen in this game. He led the Russian clan for a very long time. I don't know if he was the leader or not, but he was definitely their staple guy in the game. All right. This guy can very easily be anywhere from number 4 all the way up to number 1. He was that good of a player. So everybody you're going to see from here on out, I try to give them their just due. But this guy was one of the top players of the game. Like I said, he could easily be anywhere from number 4 to number 1 without a doubt. Hulk, if you're still out there, you're still playing the game, congratulations, partner. You fell into the number 4 slot on this list. Number 3, my man, Big J. Big JJ, as many call him. I still call him Big J. Big old Scotty, all right? And he ran a YouTube channel and for a while, and he was doing live streams and all that good stuff. So you probably got to see him very often. Before, he was a clan member of mine. He was a competitor of mine. I believe he was over in Iron Smiles for some time, and he was just one of the hardest people to go up against, one of the hardest players to beat, a all-around natural competitor. Very good at coaching in the game while the game was going on. Had a clear understanding and logic of what to do in order to get the win. Sometimes he would be one of the first ones to mech out, but it wasn't because he was bad. It's because he was constantly going into the enemy territory and just dropping the hurt down on people. Right? So Big JJ earns the number 3 spot. He is definitely one of the top players that I have had the honor of playing alongside in this game. All right, so Big J, you're number 3, my man. Congratulations. Number 2, Johnston from Vox. And this name came up repeatedly. All right, so I had a real hard time from 4 on down where I was going to place who and where. I got a lot of feedback on Johnston. I don't know who he is or if he's still playing the game, but I do know he was with Vox. So by knowing he was with Vox, of course, I reached out to Adrian, and Adrian was quick to tell me that this was one of the guys, that could get 18 to 20 kills a game before free-for-all, before the current meta that we're in right now, was averaging over 1 million damage or getting in the 1 million to 2 million damage in matches. That says a lot for coming from the old meta where it was very hard to tap 1 million, all right? Much less stay in 1 million average or be in 1 million average at any point in time of the game, all right? Early on, it was very tough to get those high scores, and this was one of the guys that was just a beast in iOS. Now, those of you players from iOS might have other players in your mind, okay? But this was the feedback that I received, and this guy, when I was listening to the stories about this particular player, reminded me of another player, all right? One that I had the privilege of competing against and clanning with, all right? Although the one I'm going to bring you up, we constantly butted heads on several things, but he is definitely the top player. But for all the feedback I got, Johnston Vox, you fall in at the number 2 spot. Congratulations, partner. Number 1, MGG. And I think if you talk to Big J, I think this name will come up. And I think you talk to Viet or anybody who had the privilege of going against him or clanning with him can tell you that this guy had zero reverse gears in his robots, okay? This particular player did not back up. He would start the game and go to the enemy spawn, and for all 5 bots he was always in the enemy spawn. Some of us were fighting for beacons. He was over there terrorizing anything and everything. It didn't matter if it was a 2-on-1, a 3-on-1. He would take everything on. He brought a lot of fight to the game. I can recall many matches where the rest of us would bot out and he would get stuck with a 2-on-1 or a 3-on-1 and would be able to fight it out and pull out the win. MGG was just an all-around good guy, all right? Although him and I did butt heads more than once on a lot of issues, okay? But just his all-out beast mode, total aggression play style, and the fact that he would come out on top repeatedly, whether he was a competitor or a teammate, he was always in those top slots. There were times that I would go intentionally follow him around to steal his damage, to prevent him from being so high scored, so high powered. And even like that, he was still coming out on top. When those of us with the clan were trolling him, intentionally trying to take his damage away, and he would still come out with ridiculous numbers in this game, all right? The Bulgasari was, of course, one of the bots that he ran pretty often, so I went ahead and found a picture of the Bulgasari for him, and for that reason, he is number 1 and the all-around number 1 competitor and clanmate that I've ever had the privilege of playing with, okay? MGG, congratulations, you are number 1 in this game as far as competitors. Now, I do have a number 1 overall warrior, and this will probably surprise a lot of people. But everybody that I have mentioned from number 15 all the way down to number 1 had one thing in common, all right? All of us chased the meta. All of us were after the new bot, the Lance when it came out, the Bulgasari, the Heishi when it came out, the Spectres, the Mercuries, the Hellburners. We've all migrated with the meta. As the meta came in and whatever new bots were coming in, we were quickly adapting, picking them up, learning how to play them, and we would compete in the new meta at that current time. One player comes out and stands out as somebody who never ever chased the meta. All right, this one person played one particular style of bot, and she learned it, and she would use that bot to compete against the meta. Later on, she migrated to a second bot, which was the 2.0, all right, of the Griffin came to the Raven. And if you got any idea of what the Griffin and Raven, then you probably already got an idea of who I'm talking about. But this player never chased the meta, all right? She found out ways to compete against the meta and beat the current meta. As we came through the Lance, and we came through the Dash bots, and we came through the Mercuries, and then into the Spectres, she never abandoned her bots, okay? And for that reason, guys, the number 1 warrior in War Robots to this day will go to Lottie Rose, all right? Somebody who does not drop out of a game, who never bails out of a game, who doesn't have the top bots in the game, but still carries a very high percentage average as far as win and a very respectable damage average over 1 million plus, all right? Considering the bots that she's running, in my particular opinion, has no business with a high percentage rate, win rate, and should not have that type of damage average, okay? But she has learned to play her bot. She has learned to the do's and don'ts of the Raven, and before that, the Griffin, and she has dominated her field, and she still uses, guys, old meta weapons, all right? She's still using old style rockets. We're not talking about she's running Ravens, all right, with all the new current weapons, not Coronas and Halos and Gusts. No, she is still using the old style rockets. She may have a shotgun weapon setup. I have no idea, but I can tell you that the majority of the bots I've seen still have the Orkans. Or I'm sorry, let's just go ahead and call it, the death button and the RDB, the Russian death button. All right, Lottie, you got the number one spot in my personal opinion as being the number one warrior and war robots due to the fact that you did everything that you have done up to this point, never chasing the meta. You found ways to go around it. You found ways to beat it. And hey, if you had chased the meta, and hey, if you were using the current bots and the monsters of the game, how good would you possibly be? Unknown. You could probably be right up there with the top four. So for this reason, guys, Lottie gets the number one spot. Now, these are my top spots, all right? All the way from 15 to 1 to the special one. I'm pretty sure you have your own list, but in the comment section, you feel free to hit me up and let me know where I stand on my list and what you thought of my list. You will keep it classy, boys and girls, all right? I don't want to see any toxic or any hateful stuff coming in the comment section, all right? I will delete those messages if they come in. This is a fun list. This was my list from start to finish. But I want to know if I left somebody out and what do you think, all right? Guys, if you're new to the channel, hit that sub button. Also hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of the stuff we're going to have coming up here. And if you did like this video, guys, knock the hell out of that like. I really do appreciate it, and it does help me out. And until we talk again, boys and girls, which will be very, very soon, this is Islander signing out.